before we actually got to the actual birthday party, I arrived a little bit early, and this was in China. And I talked to him, and I'm like, okay, you got to tell me right here, right now, like, what is your secret? Like, when you look back, what insights could you share? And I think the answer is pretty typical. He basically said, I don't know if there's a stock answer I can give you that's going to work for everyone, but I'll tell you. But he told me, here's what was important for me. If I had to look back at it, he said, number one, I let things roll off my shoulder. I don't carry my anger. I don't carry resentment. Things are just not that important for me to actually kind of get too wrapped up in it, no matter what it is. And he's always been that way. And I think there's a little bit of self-care in there. Like, he would rather pay attention to things that he cares about rather than what other people care about, and he let a lot of things in. And he's specifically talking about anger. He's like, let the anger roll off. It's not a big deal. It's not worth it. Okay. And I still to this day remember that whenever I get into a situation where I get riled up, I'm like, maybe it's not that important. Okay. And that's just been helpful to me. So mindset, absolutely. The second thing he said is he's like, he lived at the base of this mountain that grew tea. And he said, I drink tea my whole life. He's like, I grew up in this house my whole life. I've been drinking green tea that is fresh from the mountain, freshly picked, seasonally picked. He's like, I know the people in all the places that were picking the tea. And he's like, and I just drink it, sip it all day long. And he was a big believer in drinking green tea. And of course, the scientific evidence has shown the catechins, the polyphenols in green tea actually, and if you get dietary fiber, if you have the powdered tea like the matcha, if you actually have catechins from regular tea earlier in the season, you don't have as much caffeine because caffeine is developed by the tea plant as its own insecticide, natural pesticide. Early in the season, there are not that many bugs around, so the caffeine is very low. But he would just sip tea all day long. And the third thing he told me, was that he had to walk to the tea temple kind of place where he would sit with his friends every day. He had to walk and exercise to get to his tea. And those three things, mindset, trying to be a little chill, a lot of green tea over many decades, and then exercising. And then he's hanging out with buddies, that classic idea you see, like these old guys hanging around playing chess or whatever it is they were doing, or just having conversation or just sitting around and looking. I remember there was, cause I went up with him one morning. I got up at 4 a.m. and I walked with him. Because I wanted to see what it was like, okay, I want to walk in the shoes of this guy who's about to turn 100 and see what he does to see if I could imagine myself doing that. So we walked up these stone steps. I mean, listen, the dude was like 99 plus, right? This was just a few days short of 100. And he was walking up uneven stone stairs. Okay. And probably the same way that people in Sardinia, in Ikaria, Greece, maybe in Okinawa, in these old cultures where people are living really well. And I was having a chat with him the whole time, and it was social, exercise, diet with green tea in his case, and mindfulness. Actually, if you really bring it back down to the things that you hear everybody saying, what's the common denominator? Take care of your mind. Don't get hung up on things. Take care of yourself, eat in healthy ways, choose your weapon of health, not weapon of destruction, weapon of health. It's going to be your health defense that you're activating your body. Be social, exercise. By the way,
Dr. William Li steps onto the stage with a spark in his eyes, ready to unravel the secrets of a long, vibrant life. Imagine him standing in a sun-dappled garden, the air fragrant with blooming lavender and the hum of bees, as he shares a timeless desire to live not just longer, but better. Longevity, he says, is not about chasing an elusive fountain of youth, but about embracing choices that add vitality to your years. He debunked a common myth right away, that genetics hold all the cards. While your DNA plays a role, Dr. Li's ongoing research reveals that lifestyle choices can powerfully shape how you age. He smiles as he recalls his great-uncle, who lived to 104, still tending his vegetable patch and sharing stories with a twinkle in his eye. His uncle's secret? A life filled with wholesome foods, daily walks, and deep connections with family. Dr. Lee's message is clear. You have more control over your longevity than you might think. What is one small habit you could start today to invest in your future self? As you reflect, Dr. Lee invites you to join a community passionate about living well. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this video to build a supportive network around longevity. Drop your thoughts or experiences in the comments below to inspire others and start this journey together. Dr. Lee's wisdom feels like a warm conversation over a cup of steaming green tea, inviting you to rethink what it means to age well. He dives into the myth that longevity requires extreme measures, like restrictive diets or grueling workouts. Instead, he champions simple, joyful habits that fit into your daily life. Picture a bustling morning in your kitchen, the scent of fresh blueberries mingling with the nutty aroma of toasted oats as you prepare a breakfast bowl. Dr. Lee shares a story about his patient, Lisa, a busy teacher who thought healthy eating was too time-consuming. Lisa used to skip breakfast, grabbing sugary pastries on the go, but she felt sluggish by noon. With Dr. Lee's guidance, she started blending quick smoothies with spinach, bananas, and a dollop of yogurt. Within weeks, her energy soared, and she felt sharper in the classroom. The lesson? Small, nutrient-rich choices can compound into a longer, healthier life. Dr. Lee asks, what is one food you could add to your day to fuel your body? He suggests starting with something as simple as a handful of walnuts or a crisp apple, both packed with nutrients that support your heart and brain. These are not just snacks, they are investments in your future. Try one today and notice how it makes you feel. Dr. Lee is rooting for you, and he reminds you that every step forward counts in the journey to a vibrant life. The conversation flows naturally to the role of movement, as Dr. Lee paints a picture of a golden autumn afternoon, leaves crunching underfoot during a brisk walk. He tackles another misconception, that exercise must be intense to matter. His research shows that regular, moderate movement, like walking or gardening, can significantly boost longevity. He shares a memory of his great-uncle, who never set foot in a gym, but spent hours tending his garden, his hands deep in the cool earth, planting tomatoes and harvesting herbs. At 90, he moved with the ease of someone decades younger. Dr. Lee explains that movement keeps your body strong and your mind sharp, reducing the risk of chronic diseases. He asks, when was the last time you took a walk just to enjoy the moment? Try this. Commit to a 10-minute stroll each day, maybe with a friend or your favorite podcast. Feel the breeze on your face, the rhythm of your steps, and let it ground you. Dr. Lee emphasizes that longevity is not about chasing fitness fads, but about finding joy in staying active. He recalls a patient, Mark, who started dancing with his wife in their living room to old jazz records. Not only did Mark's health improve, but their laughter-filled evenings became a cherished ritual. What is one way you could move your body that feels fun? Dr. Lee encourages you to explore and make it a habit, knowing each step is a gift to your future self. Connection, Dr. Lee says, is the heartbeat of a long life, and his words land like a gentle reminder to nurture the TIs that matter. He debunks the myth that longevity is just about diet and exercise, highlighting how relationships and community fuel your well-being. Imagine a cozy family dinner, the table alive with clinking glasses, warm laughter, and the rich aroma of a shared meal, perhaps a hearty vegetable stew simmering with garlic and rosemary. Dr. Lee shares a story about his friend, Elena, who felt isolated after moving to a new city. Her health suffered until she joined a local book club, where lively discussions and new friendships lifted her spirits. Over time, Elena's stress melted away, and her energy returned. Dr. Lee's research backs this up. Strong social bonds can lower inflammation and boost resilience, adding years to your life. He asks, who is someone you could reach out to this week? Try calling a friend, inviting a neighbor for coffee, or even volunteering in your community. These moments of connection are like nourishment for your soul. Dr. Lee recalls his great-uncle's weekly card games with friends, their voices echoing with joy late into the night. Those evenings, he believes, were as vital to his uncle's long life as any vegetable. Take a moment to think, what is one way you could strengthen your connections today? Dr. Lee urges you to act on it, knowing these bonds will carry you far. As Dr. Lee brings his message to a close, his voice carries a quiet power, like the steady glow of a lantern guiding you home. Longevity is not a mystery locked in your genes. It is a path you pave with every choice you make. He invites you to embrace this journey with excitement, picturing yourself years from now, vibrant and full of life, because of the habits you start today. Imagine waking up each morning with energy, savoring a breakfast of warm oatmeal topped with tart cherries, then stepping into a day filled with movement, connection, and purpose. Dr. Lee's great-uncle showed him that a long, healthy life is built on simple joys, a garden tended with care, a meal shared with loved ones, a walk under open skies. What is one step you can take right now to build that life for yourself? Start small, whether it is adding a colorful salad to your dinner, taking a sunset stroll, or calling someone you love. To keep this inspiration alive, Dr. Lee encourages you to join a community of people committed to thriving. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this video to spread the word and create a supportive network around longevity. Share your own tips, stories, or goals in the comments below to inspire others. Your journey matters, and together, you can light the way for a longer, healthier, happier life. Here is to making every day count, one vibrant choice at a time.